Okay, hey guys. So this is essentially our meeting that we weren't able to have today in person. So I'm basically making a video for you guys, and then you can use this paper that I sent you to follow along, and you can make notes and stuff as you need to make notes. And then tomorrow, whenever I stay in your squadrons for about 10-15 minutes or however long it takes for you guys to ask your questions and stuff like that, then I'll answer them if you need them. Or if you just want to send them to me, you can also do that as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just start. So, squadron commanders, there's a lot that we have not discussed since the semester has started. I want to take a little bit of your time to tell you my expectations for you as well as my expectations for myself. And then if you have anything else or object to anything that is discussed, let me know your thoughts. And I'll also be discussing how the squadron reports is going to be done. So that's what I'm going to start off with was the weekly reports. So basically you're doing a weekly report for each week, but you're going to be turning them in bi-weekly right here. So first things first, make sure that you're editing your weekly reports daily so that you do not fall behind. Literally just go in on your paper and just make a few points that you can get back to later if you need to, but staying on top of that is very important. Next, your report will be done in Times New Roman 12 font. That's very standard, so I feel like that's going to be easy to follow. You'll title it for example, First Squadron Report Week of, and then you put the week there. So you can do February 5th through February 9th, for example. And then you also need to include your name on it as well, even though I know who you are. Like I already said, I should receive 2 reports with this title since these reports should be turned in bi-weekly, which is every 2 weeks. And then each day on your squadron report should include a brief, straight to the point rundown of the day. What went right, what went wrong, if anything, what you can improve, if anything. If there is a problem that needs to be discussed, and whatever else you feel like you need to add on there. That's very important. This is basically telling you right here how you are going to do your weekly reports. It does not need to include all of this. Obviously, if nothing went wrong, you don't have to add that. And then I feel like you can always improve, so maybe add a little bit of something like that on there. So I'm going to scroll down, and this is an example of how I want the squadron report to look like. So my example is I put my title first, obviously. So 4th Squadron Report week of February 5th, 2024 through February 9th, 2024. Obviously this example because we do not have a 4th Squadron, but yeah. And then I put my name, Cadet Major Burrs Carlise. And then this is kind of how I want it. You do not have to put the stars here, but I put a star to tell my stars from the dashes. So if you don't want to put a star, you can put something else. I just put a star because that's what I wanted to put. Sorry. So on Monday, which is the day of it, Monday, February 5th, I put binders were checked, slow going outside, drill was good today. It can be something brief like that if that's literally all that happened that day. Tuesday, the 6th, I put cadets were terrible, bad behavior, squadron fell out of control, nothing was done right, and then need to come up with solutions. That's kind of an example of things that need to be discussed, so you can put that. Next, I said on Wednesday 7th, it was a productive day, lots of problems were fixed with cadets, uniform was issued. So it can be just as brief as this, as long as I have a rundown of your day, and etc. Thursday, uniform, everyone was in uniform, good grades, need to work on shining shoes. And then Friday, good PT, overall good participation, a little bit of complaining, and then getting in and out on the drill pad was good, but can be better. Can be better is basically saying, this is something that we need to improve. So, yeah. That's just an example. That's kind of what I want. It can literally be short and brief like that if that's all that happened. But I do want, a little brief rundown of how the day went. So that's a little example. And it's obviously attached to my document, so you can go back and read it as you need to. Next is the expectations for you guys that I have. So the first thing is we all need to be on the same track when it comes to drill, lessons plan, etc. And this means that we must communicate. I feel like right now we do lack in communication, and it could be partially my fault, but I feel like we can all improve on our communication, asking more questions, trying to be more on top of our work, etc. Again, I put communication, that's very big whenever it comes to us, because all of us are obviously not in the same squadron, so we all need to be on the same plan at all times, which means we do need to communicate. My next point is do everything ahead of time. This means don't wait till you get into the classroom to edit the ops brief. Do it the day before and be on top of it. This also means that we must come up with weekly plans beforehand as well. Do not wait till the last minute to do something. You are responsible for your squadron, so get it done. Basically, everything should not be done on Monday. So ops brief and weekly plans, you need to edit your ops brief the day before at least. You don't need to get into the classroom and then change your ops brief as you're pulling it up. That should already be done. Weekly plans, we haven't really all come up with a weekly plan yet, which also falls on our communication. So we're going to go ahead and get that done as well before the week starts after Mardi Gras break. And yeah, again, you're responsible for your squadron, so you need to get it done, obviously with the help of me. When it comes to ops brief, if you see anything that I missed or haven't updated, and you know what it should be changed or updated to, then you can update it as well. It is not entirely my fault that I didn't notice or update something. I do not present the ops brief, y'all do, so if something isn't right or needs to be corrected, you can change it as well. I can't catch everything myself if I don't edit like the extra information or events and stuff like that, and you know what that extra information or events are, then you can update it. It's not just my ops brief, it's our ops brief. You guys are the one presenting it, so it should look the best for you guys. I just created it. And if you have any questions on that, you can let me know. Next is keep your flight leadership on the same track and keep them in the loop when situations come up, things change, etc. Keep them on track with the rest of the squadrons. Again, whenever we come up with these weekly reports or plans or whatever, you need to inform your flight leadership on it immediately so that we're all on the same track. In the case they aren't informed and then they get off the track, it's your job to make sure that they get right back on track. Next is correct your leadership. Let them teach, but make sure that they teach correctly and effectively. There's no point in your squadron leadership teaching if they're not teaching right. So again, you know pretty much what is right and what's wrong, and you need to correct it as you see it. And then my last point for you guys is stay involved and enforce. You're in charge, give feedback, be a leader, step in. Again, these are you guys' squadrons, so you guys need to basically be in charge. Enforce when you see it, correct things when you see it, give feedback, be a leader, step in. Okay? If you have any questions about my expectations for you guys, let me know. If you have anything that you want to add that may be an expectation for yourself, you can also add that. So yeah. Lastly is my expectations for myself that I have established that I want to do better in, and how I want to communicate with you guys. So the first point is I want to communicate with you guys better. I don't know how many times I've said communication, but I really do think that I lack in communication, and which I really do need to fix. So I'm definitely going to try my hardest to communicate with you guys better, and all I ask is you guys communicate back. Next is I need to be on top of my work as well as work closely with you guys more. That also piggybacks on communication. Being on top of my work, basically having ops brief ready for you guys, having the weekly reports established with you guys, basically just having our team work basically all in ready to go. Next is I need to handle business and enforce. I feel like I've laid back a little too much, and I've also been told that I've been laying back a little too much. So I'm definitely going to try and step in more and enforce, also correct things as I see them. And yeah. Next, I need to establish things beforehand before it gets complicated and out of hand, if I can help it. So basically, I know this meeting has been kind of a hassle since I tried to get it done last minute. So yeah, I need to try and come up with a meeting maybe a week beforehand. Our weekly reports a week beforehand, if we can help it, of course. I know that trying to hold this meeting was very much a problem, obviously, because on my behalf, since I wasn't able to make it to school today. So yeah, we're gonna try and get that fixed. And yeah, if you have anything else to add on that, then you can go ahead and I guess make that a point. But to sum that up, yeah, I want to try and get things done before they get complicated. And yeah. And then my last thing that I have for myself is I need to make sure that you guys are all on track and stay on top of your work. Basically, like I've already said, that we all need to stay on the same track and stay on top of our work many times in this. And it all comes down, again, to communication. We need to communicate. We need to get these things done. A lot of this stuff does not take that long to do. I made this little small weekly report in like 5 minutes. So coming up with a lesson plan for a week for all of us to be on the same track will probably take like 5 minutes. So I think that's something that we can get done very quickly and won't take a whole bunch of you guys' time. But yeah, we all need to be responsible and stay on top of our work. And I need to be responsible and step in like I should have been. So yeah, this is pretty much everything that I had for you guys. You guys can go over this paper yourself, make any marks that you want, put any comments on here that you want to put on here. Again, use my example of a squadron report if you need it, but if you already know how you kind of want to format it, it just needs to be similar to mine. If you have any expectations for me that you want to put on here, then write it down and we can discuss it tomorrow, or you can text me about it. Any expectations that you have for yourself, you can write it down, text me about it, talk to me tomorrow about it. And if you have any questions on the weekly report, then let me know. That's really all I had to discuss. Again, please watch this video all the way through, because I did make I elaborated on a lot of the points that I made. So yeah, thanks.